You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football and Turkish Super Lig podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Turgut. We'll start this new podcast with a lot of action going on as we go into the last 4 weekends in the Turkish Super Lig. The month of May, as they say, the Galatasaray fans belongs to Galatasaray. Let's say that and open this podcast. And in the week 34, Galatasaray played first on Saturday, and at home, they trashed Sivasspor, who was in relegation zone, and they beat Sivasspor 4-1 before the derby match on Sunday when Beşiktaş met Fenerbahçe in Fenerbahçe Stadium. We're going to talk about that. But I think we have to talk a little bit about Galatasaray match against Sivasspor. And again, Victor Osimhen, the man that scores goals for Galatasaray. So far, scoring 2 goals in this past weekend. He has now 24 goals in the Turkish Super League, and he's the leading goal scorer. And he scored 30 goals in all the events this past season. Don't forget, he was on the loan, came in on a loan deal. We don't know if he's going to stay or not. As I told you last time in my podcast, his price tag is between 75 million and 100 million euro. It's going to be shafty a price for Galatasaray if they want to pay him. But I think, I'm going to say this again, any team that pays that much to one player and not do anything in the European competition, it will be too much. It will bankrupt the team. So far, Galatasaray is on top. After winning this match against Sivasspor, the gap was 8 points between Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray. Fenerbahçe hosted the derby match in their own stadium on Sunday against Beşiktaş. Beşiktaş shattered Fenerbahçe's title dreams with 1-0 score, while Fenerbahçe choked totally as a team. Mourinho's Fenerbahçe choked while trying to get the title. I think this match and the Kayseri match, they have to look back and look at the team, and especially Mourinho has to watch these tapes between those 2 matches I just mentioned to you, Beşiktaş and Kayserispor match. Let's not kid ourselves. The best team right now is Galatasaray. I know Fenerbahçe fans are going to hate me for saying this, but anyone knows football, watching football on the pitch, you could tell Fenerbahçe team's much slower, and they're not up to the same scale with Galatasaray. Galatasaray runs better, and I think Fenerbahçe is a little older team, especially on top. Fenerbahçe paid $20 million for this Yusuf En-Nesri guy. Dzeko, another guy that is very old. That is the reason. If you want to be realistically, who loves watching sports, who loves watching football, you could tell the difference between good and bad team. Even though Fenerbahçe still has a chance to claim the title. But I think Galatasaray in the next 4 weekends needs only 4 points. Galatasaray has very important 2 away matches. We're going to talk about that. In this podcast, I'm going to talk mostly the last 4 weekends in the Turkish Super League for the third place race and the title race, and also who will be the 2 teams that will go down to a lower division. We know Adana Demirspor and Hatayspor said goodbye. Mainly in this podcast, I will talk about this coming weekend, week 35, and the rest of the season. We have 4 weekends left. But as far as the third place race, there's a team there. Samsunspor is going to play only 3 matches, while Beşiktaş and Başakşehir will play 4 matches. And down at the relegation zone teams, there are 3 teams right now in the relegation zone. And one of those teams, Sivasspor, has a bye in the week 37. So, and I think it's going to be tough for Sivasspor to because they're going to play only 3 matches while the other teams will play 4 matches. So we're going to talk about that as we go into the stretch of the Turkish Super League. We're in the month of May. And as Galatasaray fans say, the month of May belongs to Galatasaray, which deservedly they are doing that. They're on top of the Turkish Super League with 8 points gap. Galatasaray with 83 points. Fenerbahçe with 75 points. Samsunspor in 3rd place with 57 points. Beşiktaş 4th place with 55 points. And a 5th place team, Başakşehir with 51. And 6th place team, Eyüpspor, 50 points. And I think Eyüpspor is a little out of the schedule because of they have only 3 matches next 3 weekends because they have a bye on the last weekend of the season. We're going to talk about that. But the bottom of the barrel, I told you, Adana Demirspor and Hatayspor said goodbye. The Bodrumspor, who has 34 points, and Sivasspor, again, same points, 34, and Alanyaspor with 35 points. They're so close to each other. The closest team to them is the Rizespor with 40 points. You have Kayserispor with 41 points. So these are the teams that are very in a very hot seat right now. And it's most likely, I think, Sivasspor and even probably either Bodrum and Alanyaspor will be the second team to go down. We're looking at the title race on top. Galatasaray will travel to Trabzon this weekend. And before that match, I think Fenerbahçe starts the week before. They play before Galatasaray match. They will host, Fenerbahçe will host Başakşehir in the week 35, which is this weekend. And the week 36, Galatasaray will be at home against Kayserispor. And while Fenerbahçe will host Eyüpspor. In the week 37, and Galatasaray will travel another to Izmir, another strong team, Göztepe, away match. That's why I say Trabzonspor and Göztepe matches are very important for Galatasaray. In that week, in the 37th week, Hatayspor will come to, actually Fenerbahçe will travel to Mersin to face Hatayspor. In the last weekend of the season, week 38, Galatasaray will be at home against Başakşehir, the team who's trying to get to third place. And Fenerbahçe will be at home against Konyaspor. So 3 really crucial matches for Galatasaray, the top team in the Turkish Super League. But as I told you before, they need only 4 points in these 4 matches. In the case of losing a couple matches in this 4 weekends, and that could give a hope to Fenerbahçe. And as far as the third place race, let me talk about Samsunspor. Samsunspor with the 51 points. They will have a bye this weekend. They will have no matches this weekend. So they will not earn any points, while Beşiktaş will host the last team. The team already said to goodbye to the Turkish Super League, Adana Demirspor. A win there will put them into the third place. And Başakşehir, who has 51 points, will face Fenerbahçe at home. Very crucial match. As you see, Başakşehir will play against Fenerbahçe and also Galatasaray too. That are very important matches. And the week 36, Samsunspor will be at home against Sivasspor. And Beşiktaş will travel to Alanya. Both of these teams are in the relegation zone. That is why I say it is very tough for Sivas, Alanya, and Bodrum to survive. And Başakşehir will be in Istanbul, but away match against Kasımpaşa. In the week 37, Samsunspor will travel to Trabzon, while Beşiktaş will be at home against Rizespor, and Başakşehir will be at home against the last team in the league, Adana Demirspor. In the last weekend, Samsunspor will be at home against Kayserispor. Beşiktaş will travel to Bodrum, and Başakşehir will face Galatasaray. And Eyüpspor, I'm not going to count Eyüpspor because they have 50 points, and they have only 3 matches. They have 1 bye, as I told you before. So they will play only 3 matches this in the last 4 weekends. They have a bye in the week 38. So relegation zone, very tough. And it is, as I mentioned to you, Bodrumspor with 34, Sivas with 34, Alanyaspor with 35. Then Sivasspor has a bye, and Sivasspor has to play Alanyaspor in an away match, and that is going to be a very important match. So the last 2 teams will be between these 3 teams. Bodrumspor, Sivasspor, and Alanyaspor will find out who will be the 2 teams that will go down, along with Hatayspor and Adana Demirspor. So looking at the week 35 will start on Friday. Başakşehir will host Fenerbahçe. Fenerbahçe wins this match. I don't know if they could win it, but pretty much I think Mourinho's Fenerbahçe is just out of it right now, and it's going to be tough. Sunday, Trabzonspor will host Galatasaray. That's a very important match, and they will also meet each other on Wednesday in the final of Turkish Cup matches. That is in 4 days. They will face each other 2 times. It's very important. So week 35 will start on Friday, and as I said, it is down to stretch. The clutch teams, we know who the clutch team. But the chokers we know it. I think Fenerbahçe choked last weekend, and they choked in the Kayseri match. And one other thing, I want to congratulate Arda Güler scoring 1 insane goal. And also congratulations to Hakan Calhanoglu. He will be in the Champions League final match for the 2nd time in his career. So kudos to Hakan Calhanoglu. Hakan Calhanoglu also scored a goal on a penalty kick. So it will be a fantastic match between Inter Milan and PSG. I think that will be a very good match. But I think Arda Güler scoring that insane goal was the talk of the town this past weekend. And what a sensation. I think he will play in this match coming up this weekend on Sunday between Real Madrid and Barcelona.